Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my studio. I missed you guys. Uh, John Batiste, hello. Christine, if you're still with us, you might be eating your cinnamon rolls. Helga, how you doing? Debbie, Anessa, good morning, Anessa in Australia. Okay, well, I had a good holiday. I hope y'all did too. But I'm glad to be back doing these live streams. I realized how much I missed you guys, and these doing these live streams is kind of like a lifeline for me, because sometimes I'll go days, like during my time off there, I went days without talking to anybody, and even though it's a one-way conversation, but you know, uh, but not entirely because we have the comments over here and stuff, so it's not entirely one way. Okay, so you might have thought I was gonna do. Let me show you that if I can. See, that's the problem is getting the camera. Like if I'm working on my table, which I've kind of started doing again, but I'll get this over here anyway. But I'm not going to be able to. It's not glued down. See these. Let's see if I can tilt you in there. See, now I don't really know what you're seeing because I can't see the screen. But see, these pieces aren't tilted down. See, there they go. Whoa. See, I mean, they're not. No, not. I meant they're not glued down, not tilted down. Anyway, nothing's glued in here yet because I was trying to decide where I wanted everything to go. But it's a neat mess that I'm working on. And this is the first one, so it's like, it'll take me a while to figure out what the heck I'm doing. I'm gonna set this aside for now. Okay, so as you might have noticed, let me see. Oh, here it is. Okay, so last week, or not last week, but before I left for vacation, I created this lovely little figurine. I just cut out pieces, legs from one body. The head's actually from two different photographs, and then the torso. And and created a funny looking. I don't know if she's a nurse or, that's an awful short skirt for a nurse, but you never know. Another world. So then I decided, I saw another artist do this. I mean, monkey see, monkey do. But I decided to use some of my own drawings. And so I went through and found some drawings I'd done, and I just cut them out. And I did use, magazine pieces to create the skirt and the blouse, but the arms and everything, of course, I drew myself. And like I said, I saw somebody else doing that. So I thought it looked kind of neat. They're two different styles, but that doesn't mean they can't go together on the same collage, possibly. With this one, are you in there? Anybody else arrive? Royce. Hey, Royce. Okay, so with this piece, I've decided to just keep going because it's like I really don't know where it's going to end up yet. So I'm just going to keep going. So what I've decided to do is, like, rather than just, on some of the elements that I'm going to be adding, rather than just glue them down and then step back because it's kind of hard to peel them off and everything, I thought I would I just put some tape on the back here. I just rolled up a piece of blue tape, put it on the back here, and then I can stick it where I think I might want it to go. And then I can step back and take a look. And I do like that. I might move it over just a little bit. There. I think I like that better. But before I glue this down, I want to create something for her to stand on, you know, like floorboards on a floor. So I'm going to stick her over here for a minute. And I already cut what I'm going to try to use. See, this was all from one page. But when I reassemble it, the pieces are going to be in different locations. So I'm not sure how it's going to work. Actually, I've got to do this first. Before I do that, I've got to figure out where I'm putting the floor that she's going to stand on. So does that look right? Yeah, that looks about right. Okay, doesn't have to be perfect right now. I had a piece of here's my chalk. So I'm just going to use this chalk and I want it kind of straight. Okay, so see that'll mark the wall. So that's the floor. Well, I'll figure this out maybe. We'll see. Let's see what happens. That at least gives me something to start with. And like I said, I cut out these little pieces, and what I did was, because I'm trying to create, I want it to look optically like it's, you know, like the floor is going that way. Like, this may not work, but I'm going to try it. We'll find out. We'll know. We'll know when it does or doesn't work. We'll know. I think I'll just cover all this. Well, let's take another strip. Oh, I'm dropping everything. See, and these are angled, so I'm trying to create an illusion of, you know, like the floor going away or something. I don't know if I'm going to achieve this or not. We'll see. I think I don't want that one there. I think I want another blue, a purple one there. You know, this is a mixed media piece, so I don't have to worry about anything, but I don't have to worry about getting these in the exact right location. I mean, it's like I can cut them off with some paint, you know. Like I said, I'm not confident at all that this is going to work. I'm not digging it so far. I can't stop though. I got to keep going. Okay, maybe just a couple more pieces. I guess I'll leave that like that. Okay, so I'm gonna glue her down. I think I'm gonna glue her down. Now, I'd originally intended to use this in a Shadowbox or whatever you want to call those, assembly box. So I mounted the pieces onto a stiffer piece of paper. This came out of was it part of a sketchbook? I don't know. I don't think this is sketching paper. I don't know what kind of paper this is, to be honest. I mean, it feels like cardstock, but I'm pretty sure it's not. You know, it's probably 5 or 6 times the thickness of normal paper. I'll tell you what, the weather here has been great lately. I mean, it's like 63, 64 degrees outside today. Okay. So I was out there earlier catching some rays. That's one thing about North Texas, you know, it's like it's not uncommon to be able to lay out in January. Okay, this isn't cooperating. It's wanting to curl up on me. Maybe when I get glue on this side, it'll help it lay down flat. Maybe lots and lots of glue. Oh man. If only had a rain. Well, I don't know how I'm going to get it to stay down. This sucks. It's horrible. Okay, on to something else here. I'm just going to stick some more paper on here. I might have to work on something else. I didn't know it was going to curl up like that. Obviously, I would have figured something else out. Boom. Nothing wants to stay down. I hate that when my supplies fight me. I don't know why they bother. They know they're going to lose in the end. Rebellious art supplies. I wonder if there'd be a market for that. Art supplies that don't cooperate. Obstinate art supplies. Yeah. Okay. Well, let me see what I got. Yeah, you know, I'm just gonna keep sticking some stuff on there, man. Here's some paper. Oh, that already kind of fits right there. What the heck? If it fits, it ships. Mm-hmm. I don't know where this is going to end up. Ain't no telling. I got a good feeling about it. Of course, I had a good feeling about 2020 back in 2020 is gone. I guess that's good. I don't know. But back in, as early as 2016, or even 2015, I had a particular candidate that I was rooting for. I won't tell you. I could tell you who, but I probably won't. It was a woman, or she still is a woman. It is a woman. Yeah, she didn't change. She's still a woman. She didn't do well in the primary, but I created this little meme you know, with her photo and the slogan 2020, the year of perfect vision. I thought it was clever. It didn't catch on. But you know, because in the United States, we've been saying for a while now that, you know, how come we never have a woman president? So I thought, well, you know, this could be the year. Of course, it didn't happen, but I think a lot of people were saying that. But well, that looks kind of cool like that. I didn't mean to fold it back over, but I'm going to leave it because I like it. Anyway, so I was all excited about 2020 and the possibility of a woman president, you know, and everything like that. Or really, actually, that was. I'm confusing myself here. Obviously, it wasn't 2015. Must have been 2018 or something. I know it was before 2019, so I guess it was 2018 before this last, you know, so it was like 2 years. Because see, that's the thing is it's like in America, we don't have like a 6-month campaign season. We have like a 3-year campaign season. It's ridiculous. But that's the way it is. But yeah, I was real excited about 2020. Prior to 2020, I thought, man, this is going to, you know, 2020, you know, perfect vision. It's going to be everywhere. You know, we get lots of change, which we did get a lot of change, I guess. A lot of states finally legalized marijuana. And a few states even expunged records. Not very many. Which I think is only fair. I mean, you know, if somebody's locked up for something and now what they're locked up for is no longer a crime, you know. Seems like they should be let out. Well, I mean, it's hard to tell where this is going. I don't know if I'll be able to get her to stay down. Stay down. Don't get up. I might have to take thumbtacks or something. Staple. I got a staple gun. All right, keep going. Shut up and keep going. Ooh, mixed media time. I got this. I love this color. I call it mint green. Can you see in there? Can you see? I call it mint green. I don't know if that's what it is. You know, we already established that the people who make paints, they just make up names, at least for house paints they do. It's different with artist grade paints. You know, they tell you what pigment's in there. You know, phthalo green, whatever. All right. Where am I going to put this? Over here? Too much water in the brush. I thought I got the water out. Anyway. There's a crow outside. I don't know if you can hear him. It's pretty loud. I think I'll put some of this over here. Whoa, I'm killing everything. All right, so I had some other stuff I was going to show y'all. Is it down here? Oh, while I've been, you know, digging around on my art supplies, you know, because I actually developed an interest in collage. And I did a little bit of collage, you know, 10 years ago or something, right? But, so like this is a little collage I did. I may have already shown you this one. You know, it's really helpful if you can get a mat cutter, you know, but you don't have to use a mat cutter really, unless, I mean, for this purpose, you don't need to have a mat cutter. You can just cut it out with an X-Acto knife. But you cut out, you know, little viewfinders, you know, from mat board, and it doesn't have to be mat board. It's kind of nice if you keep the paint off them, but you can really, it isolates your image. And so you can better critique your own work, whereas, like if you look at this up against a wall that's already got a bunch of paint on it, it's hard to tell what you got going on, which is another thing. It's like, most real artists, try to keep one reason they probably paint on an easel is so they don't get paint all over the wall, because they try to keep, their space like pristine, usually a great deal of them use like just white paint, flat white paint throughout their studio. So that then the images, there's not these distractions of all this crap, around the image, you can just see the image. I should probably try that. Anyway, that's what real artists do, but I'm kind of faking it. So I found some stencils I'd cut. I started, like I showed you, I already started using, some of my own drawings in my collage work. So I started cutting out some of my drawings, and this was a like a kind of a thumbnail, if you want to call it that, for the COVID kitties that I did before I painted them. I drew some drawings, and this is one of them. So that's a COVID kitty, and that could go in a collage. That could be her cat. It could be right down here. I think that looks. I might put that right down there right now. What the heck? Okay, here we go. Come on, COVID kitty. Where's my brush? I had a. Oh, that's it. Try to dry it off a little bit. This might not want to lay flat either. I don't know. I really got to get some glue sticks. And another thing that comes in handy if you're going to do collage, and I know this because I spent hours and hours. Oh, look what that's nice, huh? I spent a lot of hours watching other people do collage on YouTube, and almost without exception, they use a self-healing mat, that you can cut into, and it kind of heals itself back up. I got a funny feeling this isn't going to want to stay down either. But because I've just been using like cardboard to cut stuff out on, and of course I'll probably cut this out with scissors, but sometimes when you're cutting out little shapes and stuff, or even bigger shapes, it's just easier when you can lay them flat on a cutting board, cutting mat. All right, so now there's a kitty in there, and maybe I could find a bird. I feel like there should be a bird in there. Oh, I had a visitor this morning, a cat, but it was a stray cat, so it wouldn't let me get close or anything. But it was nice to have a visitor. My neighbors keep trying to visit me, but I'm like, stand back. People don't get it. I'm not coming out till this is over with, and it might be over another year. It might take another year until this virus is taken care of. I don't know. Hey, John, Craig, hi, Christine. All right, so y'all got anything to say or ask? Any questions? Any suggestions, questions, requests? I kind of like this. I mean, I was trying to get some depth in it, and it kind of looks like it's kind of going like that, like I think maybe there's a little bit of depth. I mean, there's probably another 100 hours in this painting, and then I'll sell it for like $50. Make 5 cents an hour. I guess it'd be 50 cents an hour. So what can I do now? Stamping? More collage? I could do some more collage. I don't really have an eye here. I need some sort of eyeball there. Eye. So grab my scissors over here. See if I can make an eye out of this. This isn't black, but it's dark. I think I might be able to get an eye out of this. Might have to use some white paint. So boom. I like that red. Can y'all see that red dot? Probably not. See, there's that. Can you see that piece of red in there? So I figured that could be like in the eyeball, and then I'll do some negative painting with some white, and maybe that'll work. I don't know. I'll keep putting my clean brushes in the dirty. I have two things. I have 3 buckets. One's dry, one's dirty water, and one's supposed to be clean water. But it gets dirty so fast. Boom. See, now I gotta let that dry before I can paint on it, you know. Okay. So maybe I want a piece of black, right? Oh, that's kind of cool. I like that. What the? Did I grab? I put paint. I don't know what I'm doing. God. I put paint on there instead of glue. Oh well. Yeah, I kind of like that. Stay down. Probably gonna have to weight this down somehow. I might have to do one side and then the other side or something. I don't know. It's like maybe it's trying to stay down now. I've got a lot to learn about collage, but I'm a quick learner usually. Not always. But when I'm motivated, I'm a quick learner. You know, when it's something I want to learn. Usually, except computers. I can't learn it fast enough. You know, I started doing web design in '99, right? But by the time I got up to speed, I was 2 years behind, and I just stayed behind. You know, it's like I couldn't learn faster than everything was changing. I couldn't learn as fast as everything was changing. So then, you know, then WordPress content management system came along, and I was like, well, I'm going to stop beating my head against the wall since I'm really only taking care of one website, my own, and I'm just going to use WordPress. So that was about 10 years ago, and I could probably still build a website from scratch, you know, by hand, whatever you want to call it. I used to use Notepad and HTML and CSS, and that was it. You know, I'd upload the files, and I'd have a website. But it seemed like every month or so they were deprecating certain tags, and thank God art supplies aren't like that. And it's hard to master something when it's constantly changing. You really can't. I mean, that looks ridiculous. You can just master where to find the new stuff, I guess, or something. I don't know. Do that like that. So tell me what y'all have been up to. Anything? Have y'all been painting? I hope so. Creating some art. Well, I know you have, a lot of y'all that are in the group and everything. I'm not sure. Is everybody here in the group? Maybe. I guess all of y'all are. Hey, Christine, what are you saying? And wet the paper lightly by running it through a plate of water. Okay. Okay. Paint glue on board or whatever. And add the wet paper down. And okay. I'll try that. It keeps it from wrinkling too? Okay. All right, I'll try that, Christine. Thanks. Typing? Anessa? What does it say? It's looking good. To practice at riping. Yeah, typing. Okay, I got you. Computer technology is a curse. Yeah, I've been, Royce, I agree. Royce says been a slave to it since its inception. It's funny. I was actually in 1979, the state of Texas was paying me. I was like, how old was I? 20? And the state of Texas was paying me to go to Control Data Institute. And I was learning about computers, but I wasn't learning programming. I was learning, what was I learning? I was learning about the electrical, the electronics. It was hard. And I wasn't that it's like, I don't know. It's like, I started thinking, I just had this vision in my head that computers were going to be our downfall, that they were going to dehumanize us all, right? Prophetic or not. That could be argued, but I decided that I didn't want any part of that. Little did I know it would be inescapable unless you're willing to go live in the Amazon jungle or something. But because there's computers in our cars. There's computers everywhere. In the vaccine. No, I'm sorry. I don't think so. I don't think there's a chip in the vaccine. But anyway, so that's my story about computers. So I dropped out. I went in there, and then I thought about that. It's like years later, 20, 30 years later, I was slaving away at some menial job, that was back busting, and I thought, man, if I'd stayed in there with computers, I would have been on the ground floor. I'd probably be richer than shit now. But who knows what it would have done to my brain. So you picked up that trick from another collage artist. Great. Okay, y'all ain't saying nothing, so I guess I got to keep painting. Is that the way it works? Is anybody left here? There's 12 of y'all, so I guess I better get busy. Mm-hmm. I'll keep adding some more stuff to this one for a while. Because, if I decide I don't like something I add, I can paint over it or collage over it or, ooh, that looks good right there. So, yeah. It's kind of funny because I'd commented on somebody's post that I wish I had a kitty, and then this morning a kitty showed up, but he or she, I don't know which it was, would not let me anywhere near them. So I'm tempted to put some food out there, but you know, I got possums and stuff, and even, you know, rodents. So I'm kind of thinking putting cat food out there might not be a good idea. And plus, you know, there's the old adage that if you feed them, they're yours. And if he was mine, then I'd need to take him to the vet, you know, and get his shots and all that, get him fixed. You know, I mean, you can't have a pet without being responsible, right? So,
Yeah, I like it. I think I like it.
So for now, I'll just stick to paper cut kitties. That'll have to work. Man, I'll be so glad. I don't know what I'm gonna do when I can finally leave this house safely. I mean, I could leave the house now, but it ain't safe. I mean, I don't think we've had a month where the numbers went down since September or something. And if the numbers are going the wrong way, I'm not gonna get out there in it. I mean, it's kind of like if there was a hurricane warning, you wouldn't wait until it was 140 mile an hour winds to get out there. You'd either get out there when it was 90 mile an hour winds, or you'd wait till it was over. You know, right? Doesn't that make sense? My best friend, it's like I pray he doesn't get this damn virus. Because he's as old as I am, he could take Social Security, but I can't talk him into doing it. He's like, well, I just want to work one more year. I'm like, well, it doesn't have to be this year. You know, stay alive, and then you can work all the years you want. Work till you're 90 if you want to. Anyway, what are you going to do? I'm so jealous of you guys that live in Australia and stuff. Australia, it's less than 2,000 people. Every 2,000 people, one of y'all has COVID. Here, it's 1 out of 10. It's actually less than that now. It's more like 1 out of 9. 1 out of 9. That's ridiculous. You know. I mean, if it was inevitable, then it would be inevitable, but it wasn't, you know. And that's what's irritating. Well, I just did this right over the eyeball. Because I'm talking about COVID. Well, doesn't matter. Ooh, maybe, yeah. That. I'm just going to put pieces of paper on here. I don't know what's going to happen. I got all this glue. I got to use it up. Boom. Got all this paper too. Found a bunch of magazines. See, I got an upstairs in the studio. There's an upstairs, and upstairs is like storage. Although really every space in my property is storage, but I went up there and I found all kinds of stuff that I didn't know I had. Well, maybe it's coming together. Put something over here. What do we got? Yeah, okay, I like that. So the last 10 days or whatever that I took off, I did a lot of planning for this next year. And part of one of the things I wrote down, we'll see if I can actually get around to doing it, was to make 4 new courses, one every 3 months. I should be able to do that. You know, I should be able to achieve that. So, you know, I don't know if you're waiting on a new course, but ooh, that's kind of neat. That could go up there. But I am planning on doing that. I just got to figure out what to do the new courses on. Well, or just rather than figure it all out, just figure out the first one, you know, and then go from there. So if y'all have any suggestions, like what do you want me to make a course on or something like that, you know, let me know, and maybe I will. You know. Yeah, okay, so there's a new eyeball. So I started my political shit. Are y'all chiming in? What y'all are probably over here fighting now. I rile you up and stuff sometimes. Everybody's gone. No, there's 15 of y'all. Y'all are eating or something. I just want to get paid consistently while making art. Yeah, that'd be nice. You know, some artists manage to do that, I think. I don't know for sure. Of course, some of them have such big paydays. You know, there's living artists that are selling their works for millions of dollars. Can you imagine? I mean, I could retire very well on $1 million. I know a lot of people couldn't, but I could. At least I think I could. Who knows? If I had $1 million, I'd probably want 10 million. I guess that's how it works. Apparently. It's starting to come up. Floorboard. There's supposed to be like a floor or something. Because it kind of looks like. Got to figure something out there. Okay, so she's kind of laying down flat. I'll probably have to keep gluing it. More and more glue. Let me step back. I got a lot of stuff on there now. I don't know. Probably have to let it dry and go from there. It's a mess, is what it is. Well, I don't know. When I'm looking around, guess I'm gonna call it a session. What do y'all think so far? You like it? You think I've gone crazy? I've lost my mind? Hello, Jane. Oh, you think it's cool? Thanks. England going in lockdown again. Yeah, I heard about that, John. Thailand is going back in lockdown because they had 745 cases in one day. They got 66 million people, almost exactly 1/5 of the U.S. population. We've been averaging over 200,000 new cases every freaking day. 200,000 new cases every freaking day. And we already know the death rate. So that means essentially we've got 2,000 people plus dying every day. For the foreseeable future, because they're not going to be dead yet. I mean, it's just, and it's like nobody seems, I mean, I don't know. It's like we don't have any leadership that's doing a damn thing about it, you know? So I don't know what's going to happen here. I really don't anticipate being able to leave my house safely, you know, for 18 months or more. I've already been here 9 months. It's not going to be easy, but I think I can do it. With y'all's help, I can do it. I can do it. We can do it together. We can do lockdown together. Maybe some of y'all need to do some live streams too, you know. What is y'all saying now? Almost successful artists are extroverts. Yeah. Or have good connections. Right, Christine. That's true. It doesn't hurt to have good connections, you know, in any business. It's like a business. Yeah, it's like any business. Yeah, it is. Absolutely. I mean, you know, the selling your art is a business. You know, making art is a, well, it's art. There's an art to making art, but there's a business to making, you know, there's business to making it sell, you know. I mean, in theory or hypothetically, I mean, I always thought, well, if I paint good enough, you know, then it will sell like crazy. Maybe, you know, but I'm not sure everybody recognizes good art. So there's a problem there, you know. A lot of, I mean, you know, according to Terry Madden, not the football guy, but the watercolorist, he said 95% of all art sold in America was sold to match the couch. And I believe him, but it may be 80% or 79% or whatever. But the point is that they don't even care if it's real art. They don't care if there's a signature on it or anything, really, usually. Sometimes they want a signature so they can tell their friends, yeah, it's original art, you know, but they don't care really about, you know, they just don't want to spend any damn money. You know, they want to get a huge painting, you know, for $200 or $300. And, you know, and they can because, you know, they're starving artists. I mean, I've sold big paintings for a few $100s. And I might do it again. Trisha, hi Trisha. I know for a fact a person didn't have COVID, but okay, all right. See, I opened up a can of worms. Well, I appreciate that, Trisha, but we won't go there. Okay, I'll back off from that because we're definitely not seeing eye to eye on that. I don't think. We got to keep positive and keep painting. I think you're right. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Jane. I appreciate that. You're appreciating. You know, y'all are rescuing me. Really. I mean, this gives me something to do. It's like even on days when I feel blue or whatever, sad, you know, I get up and I'm like, I mean, sometimes I got to tell you the truth. Sometimes I get up and I go, oh, I got to do that live stream, but please try to, you know, that's just me waking up cranky. But by the time it's time to do the live stream, I'm looking forward to it, you know, because it gives me something to do, something that I mean, you know, I enjoy doing these and I enjoy painting and, you know, and I'm a bit of an exhibitionist, so I enjoy an audience and, you know, it's just good to kind of sort of have people here with me. I mean, if y'all could like actually come over after the pandemic, you know, that'd be cool. We could just paint. Everybody painting, you know, maybe out in my studio, not in here, because I eventually plan to sell the house. I don't know when. Royce says the reason people have a hard time with abstract art is because they can't judge it against anything like realism. Okay. Yeah, that's probably true. That makes sense. Christina says that's why people go to Marshall's and Ross to buy crafty wall art. Yeah, you know, I mean, I've been in, you know, rich people's homes on occasion that had like Walmart art in there, like just really crap, you know, like whatever. But they don't know, you know, they didn't like, my parents, they didn't have Walmart art, but practically, But even even in Walmart, you can get like prints of old masters paintings. I think Blue Boy is that one of the, I can't remember who painted that, but so you can get prints of old masters because they're not copyrighted or anything, so anybody can print those, and they're cheap. And so that's what my parents had, with stuff like that. So at least they had enough sense to do that, I guess. But they didn't have any real art. I mean, they didn't have any original art. That does that make any sense? And they didn't want me to be an artist. They weren't. My parents didn't value art. They didn't really. I got stuff falling off of me, and I took a shower this morning. That's what happens when you get old. These parts start falling off and stuff. Thought I was losing an ear the other day. So Craig says connecting with others is hardwired in our brains for survival. Yeah, of course it is. Have you explored the live video rooms on Facebook group to do group painting sessions? I have not done that, Anessa. I will look into that. Live video rooms on Facebook group. Okay. I'll look into that. I have a love-hate relationship with Facebook. But I'll look into that. You remember Blue Boy? Yeah, Blue Boy. But who painted that? Who painted Blue Boy? I don't remember. I don't even know all my old masters. I didn't formally study art, so there's a big gaps in my knowledge base there. I'm gonna let y'all go. I've actually got dinner started. There's a button that comes up when you go into the group page. There is? Okay. I haven't noticed the button. I wonder if that's peculiar to mobile. Are you on mobile? I don't go online on my phone. But I'll check it out. I'll Google it and figure it out. Thomas Gainsborough. Is that right, Christine? Okay. See, I've never even heard that name before. So was he a one trick pony? Was that the only painting he did? I mean, was he famous? I've never heard of Thomas Gainsborough. I'm assuming you mean he painted Wiki. Okay. Comes up on both, Anessa? I don't know why I never noticed it. I'll take a look. And yeah, because we could do that. We could, if y'all want to do that, let me know. Let me know in the group. If you're in the group. If you're not in the group, you'll need to join the group, I guess, to do the live group session. And I don't really know how that works, but I'll look into it. And we can do that if y'all want to. Bye, Jane. Okay, yeah, I've got to go. I don't got to go. I don't want to go, but I'm going to go. I'm going to cover y'all up with this blue tape. Bye. Oh, boy. Thanks for showing up, too. And I'll see y'all tomorrow at 3 if you're here. And in between now and then, I'll look into the group session for Facebook, because that sounds pretty cool. And I'll try to figure it out. It's probably not. It's probably as easy as this, I guess. Hopefully. All right. Bye. Whoops. I clicked it, but it's bouncing. There you go.